Charges dismissed but no freedom. That is the question many Nigerians are still asking about the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, widely known as IPOB. Many people heard at different times that some charges were struck out, some were dismissed, and some court rulings even suggested he should not continue to face trial in the way he was first charged. Yet today, he is still in detention, and the legal battle is still active. So please like this video and subscribe to this channel right now, because we will break everything down in a clear and simple way so everybody can understand what is really going on. Let us go straight to the heart of the matter. Over the years, this case has moved from one court to another. At a point, a higher court ruled in his favor on certain legal grounds. That decision created serious excitement across the country, especially in the southeast. But many supporters believe that was the final step before freedom. Social media was filled with celebration. Political analysts started discussing what his release would mean for the region and for Nigeria as a whole. But things did not end there. The federal government did not agree with that decision and quickly took further legal steps. The matter moved higher up in the judicial system. This is where many people became confused. They were asking, if a court has dismissed charges, why is he still in custody? The simple explanation is that not all legal processes ended at that moment. Some rulings focused on how he was brought back to Nigeria. Others focused on specific counts in the charge sheet. But the prosecution argued that there were still remaining issues to be tried and decided in court. Please, before we continue, like this video and subscribe. This story is deep and you need to follow it step by step. One of the strongest arguments from his legal team has been about the process used to return him to Nigeria after he left the country. They described it as unlawful and said that because of that, the entire case should collapse. On the other side, the government maintained that the manner of return does not automatically cancel the charges against him. This difference in interpretation created a serious legal debate that even senior lawyers across Nigeria are still discussing. At some stage, a court struck out some counts in the charge. That is where the headline, "Charges dismissed but no freedom," comes from. Many Nigerians believe that once counts are struck out, the case is finished. But legally, striking out some charges does not always mean a person is completely cleared of all allegations. Other counts can remain. And when other counts remain, the trial can continue. Now, let us slow it down so everyone can understand clearly. In law, there is a difference between discharge and acquittal. A discharge may mean the case cannot continue at that moment or in that form. An acquittal means complete clearance. This difference has played a major role in the public misunderstanding of this case. Some supporters believe he was fully cleared. The government position is that he was not fully acquitted on all issues. This technical difference is one of the reasons the case is still alive. Like this video and subscribe, because we are breaking this down in simple language. Another layer to this story is national security. The government has repeatedly said that the case touches on issues of security and unity. They argue that statements allegedly made and activities linked to the movement created tension in some parts of the country. Because of that, they insist the trial must run its full course. Supporters, however, they argue that political dialogue would bring more peace than continued detention. So beyond law, this matter has entered the political space. Across the southeast, emotions have been strong. Some groups have organized peaceful calls for his release. Others have urged calm and respect for the judicial process. Political leaders from the region have at different times suggested that a political solution could help reduce tension. But so far, the legal route has remained the main path. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe. Your support helps us continue bringing you balanced updates like this. Now let us talk about why this case matters so much. It is not just about one man, it has become symbolic. For some Nigerians, it represents the struggle for self-determination. For others, it represents the need to protect national unity. For legal experts, it represents a test of how strong Nigeria's judicial system is under pressure. For politicians, It is a sensitive issue that can affect regional stability and public opinion. Another important point is the speed of the case. Many people complain that it has taken too long. Court adjournments, new applications, appeals, counter-appeals, and procedural arguments have stretched the timeline. Each adjournment creates new headlines. Each ruling creates new hope or new disappointment, depending on which side you stand. Supporters say justice delayed is justice denied. Critics say due process takes time and must be thorough. This back and forth has continued without a final end that satisfies everyone. Let us also understand that high-profile cases like these often move through different stages. A ruling at one level can be reviewed at another level. That is part of the system. It may look confusing from the outside, but legally it is allowed. So when people ask, how can one court say something and another court say something different? The answer is that higher courts have the power to review decisions of lower courts. Like and subscribe if you want updates presented in this clear and professional way. Now, looking at the bigger picture, many Nigerians are asking whether a political settlement is possible. In the past, Nigeria has resolved certain national tensions through dialogue. Some senior voices have suggested that beyond courtrooms, leaders should sit down and talk. Others strongly believe that once a matter is in court, it must be allowed to finish legally without political interference. This is where the country is divided. Dialogue versus strict legal prosecution. Healing versus enforcement. Unity through discussion versus unity through discipline. These are the real questions behind the headline. At the same time, economic and social issues in the country make the conversation even more emotional. When citizens are already facing hardship, then any issue linked to regional tension becomes more sensitive. That is why every court date attracts attention. Every statement from his lawyers attracts attention. Every response from the government attracts attention. Let us be honest, this case has become one of the most talked about legal matters in modern Nigeria. And until there is a final decision that closes every legal door, the conversation will not stop. Please like this video and subscribe right now. It helps more people understand the facts clearly without confusion. As we speak, the legal team continues to explore every available option within the law. Applications are filed, arguments are presented. The prosecution also continues to defend its position. The courts continue to listen and decide. That is the stage we are in. So when you hear charges dismissed but no freedom, understand that it is not as simple as it sounds. Some charges were affected by certain rulings. But other legal grounds remain active. Appeals changed earlier outcomes. Higher courts reviewed lower decisions. And that is why detention has continued. The final chapter has not yet been written. The matter is still part of Nigeria's legal and political discussion. Whatever your opinion is, one thing is clear. This case will continue to shape conversations about law, rights, and unity in Nigeria.